There is always a special buzz here in the Big Dome, and our teams today will be adding another chapter to their storied rivalry, and this time with a finals berth on the line. But beyond the stakes and the standings, our two teams will always bring out the best in each other. It's the Choco Mucho Flying Titans and the Creamline Cool Smashers for your PVL 2025 All-Filipino Conference Semifinals. Rondina and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans will do everything in their power to stay alive in the competition. But they are up against tough opponents and, of course, their rivals. But Creamline and Eliza Valdez have their eyes set on a 7th straight finals appearance here in the PVL. All to play for today, folks, because the final stretch of the semifinals is here and it is now. Welcome to this matchup between sister teams who are never afraid of the bright lights here in the Big Dome. It's the Choco Mucho Flying Titans going up against the Creamline Cool Smashers. Thank you for joining us wherever you are watching us, whether that's on the Filipinas Live, One Sports, and of course on One Sports Plus. My name is Jan Ejido. My pleasure to be manning the sidelines today. And of course, this panel won't be complete without Billy Capistrano and Neil Flores. Don't you just love the atmosphere of the Ribisco Bowl in the Big Dome?
Absolutely, Jana. We are so excited for this match, and we're not the only ones who are excited, all the fans as well, because Neil, this is going to be a very, very crucial game, especially after what happened in our first game.
That is correct. A final seat has already been secured by the Petrogas Angels, but we still have one more finals ticket to give for Creamline. They have to win this match to punch that second finals ticket, and for Choco Mucho, they need to win this in 3, 4, or even 5 sets to be able to force that rubber match against their sister team.
All right, now to set the backdrop of our match today, this is going to be super important. Let's take a look at our semi-finals standings because, as I mentioned, a lot of things happened in that first game.
Petrogas just simplified their way to the final round. 3-0 in the semifinals with 9 points for Creamline, Akari, and Choco Mucho. They can have a 3-way tie, but again, we will be explaining that later on kung paano natin kukumbutin kung sino yung papasok sa playoffs.
It has been a fight to the finish for these two teams. They have gone through a lot in the course of our All-Filipino Conference. And it gets even tougher today as they battle it out. And as Jana mentioned, we love this matchup because these two teams, they really bring out the best in one another, just like sisters really do. All right, let's talk about these two teams even further. We start things off with the Choco Mucho Flying Titans and one of their players who has been carrying this team on her back with unmatched grit, none other than the cherry bomb, CC Rondina.
That is correct. Choco Mucho remain winless in the semifinals, but it's not because of the lack of production of one CC Rondina. 54 points in the semifinals. In those 2 losses that they played in, they were almost there. Nagkukulang lang talaga sa dulo, and today against their sister team, yun yung hahanapin natin sa Choco Mucho. Can they have that finishing kick? Can they build consistency throughout this game? Those are the questions na masasagot nila later on.
Absolutely, Neil. And CC just has been that main source of energy and offense here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. But truly, she has embodied what it means to be a leader for this undermanned squad that has gone through a lot the past couple of months. But of course, as you said, she cannot be doing everything alone, and that is where the heroics of Tang Ponce come to play. She has been that defensive backbone here for the Flying Titans, very evident here in the semifinals. Every nook and cranny covered.
These are impressive numbers from Tang Ponce. 34 digs with a almost 70% reception efficiency. And dun sa efficiency ni Tang Ponce, if you take a look at the numbers, wala pa yung faults. So she will be bringing her expertise on defense because they really need to win this game against the Cool Smashers.
That's right, Neil and Billy. And I just want to add to that Tang Ponce conversation because I got to speak with her earlier. You know, I showed her the stats and nagulat talaga siya. No faults eh. That's impressive. And you know, Tang, she tells me she's never the stats type of person. As long as magawa niya yung trabaho niya sa court, then she's already good with it. But Tang couldn't help but mull over these losses so far here in the semifinals. She really tells me na nanghihinayang daw sila. They know na kaya nila yung mga teams na yon, but wala raw silang panapos, and they really worked that in training today. That's why she still has her morale high, and of course, Choco Mucho coming to the day.
And you know, you weren't the only one who got the chance to talk to Tang Ponce. I also got the chance to talk to her a while ago. And you know, with Tang, ever since her college days, she has been so unassuming. She does not know how good she is. And tama ka, sabi nga niya sa akin kanina, the stats don't matter because they haven't won here in the semis.
That is correct. And we know that defense will always be important in a game like this. Creamline is loaded offensively, so Tang Ponce just needs to do her thing.
And she's going to play a very integral role in the Choco Mucho Flying Titans team today. Now we're going to take a little bit of a breather. We talk about the Creamline Cool Smashers when we come back. We're still here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum as we bring you the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference Semifinals. Now we shift gears this time as we talk about the Creamline Cool Smashers. And this is a squad that redeemed themselves versus the Akari Chargers. And now we shine the spotlight on one of their players. They lean heavily on her in that match. None other than Bernadette Ponce, who was a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the court, defensively and offensively.
Bernadette Ponce brought MVP numbers. That's her usual numbers in a game. 17 points, 12 digs, and 15 excellent receptions with a 53.9 efficiency clip. They really leaned on her in that bounce-back win in the semifinals. It was a rough start for Creamline, but alam naman natin for the Cool Smashers, they're no stranger to pressure tests. They've passed so many pressure tests in the past. And again, they only need one more win to be able to set up that date against the Petrogas Angels.
Hey, they definitely have to bring their A game in this match today. And Bernadette Ponce leading all the scorers here for the Creamline Cool Smashers, averaging 11.3 points per game. So she may be that firepower up front here for the Cool Smashers, but we all know silently steering the ship has been their main setter and the main architect of their offense. We have Kyle Negrito always giving opportunities and multiple chances for her teammates to shine, especially here in the semifinals.
She is the mastermind of that Creamline playbook in terms of offense. And Creamline is not a one-woman team. She was able to activate a lot of her attackers in those semifinals matches, and she was also the reason that dun sa scoring surge ni Bea De Leon. So, you know, she will be crucial in today's match because they need all of their pieces to really work together cohesively if they want to beat their sister team.
Real Billy, it will also be interesting to see how are they going to continue that atmosphere from the win. Because I got to speak with Coach Sherwin Menezes a while ago, who was telling me na it was that atmosphere that really changed within the team. He tells me na syempre, mawawalan ka ng kumpiyansa after a loss. But that attitude, that is what they worked in training. Gusto daw ni Coach Sherwin na maangat yung kumpiyansa nila when they went up against Akari. And that is exactly what they shown. And I guess that's championship mindset is what we've been seeing and how we know the Creamline Cool Smashers. But of course, for everyone watching, the action continues here at the Premier Volleyball League. And you can interact with us by answering our Pilipinas Live poll question of the day. Because we are asking which team's supporting cast will change the momentum of the match. Will it be the Choco Mucho Flying Titans or the Creamline Cool Smashers? Well, a plethora of options to choose from.
And with that, the stage is finally set. It is a battle of our sister teams. You have Choco Mucho versus Creamline. But before we dive into all the action, and before that first serve, let's check in first with Cici Rondina and Tots Carlos as we talk about how the atmosphere changes in big games like this one.
Mapahaba man or mapa-short yung liga, kami pa rin naman to and ipapakita namin hanggang matapos yung liga.
We always want to push ourselves to the limit. We would break kahit anong makasalubong namin just to fight for the crown.
The stakes are on.
For me, ang labanan pag semifinals na yung mental toughness, lamang sa preparation, and also yung palaban talaga.
Roller coaster yung setup namin. Imagine nag-Japan, nawala si Kat. Hanggat sino yung nandyan, ilalaban at lumaban. Ang haba din talaga ng liga. Sobrang unpredictable ng mga nangyayari. Magtitiwala lang kami sa gagawin ng bawat isa. Magtatrabaho kami, habaan pa namin yung pasensya. And syempre, i-enjoy lang namin yung bawat laro na dumarating pag may opportunity.
We trust each other. When we talk, we focus on the stuff that we need to do. Let's do our roles, let's do our responsibilities, gawin natin yung mga pinapa-execute ni Coach. Alam namin na tiwala kami sa isa't isa at alam namin na walang susuko sa amin. Alam namin na salo namin yung isa't isa.
Siyempre, hindi kami susuko. Hindi rin namin papabayaan kung ano yung meron kami ngayon. Hanggat di natatapos ng 25 yung laro or di pa natatapos ng 3 sets, may chance kaming manalo. May chance kami na makuha yung panalo.
We know our goals, we know our roles din. So yan, tiwala lang naman talaga kami kila Coach sa mga binibigay niyang mga trabaho sa amin. Siyempre, we want to defend the championship.
address challenges.
Queens are unyielding. Queens never back down.
Queens always sit their throne. This is our queendom.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Cubao. 2025 season, All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. This is the last match of the semifinal round, the battle for survival of this round-robin series to determine who gets to play the Petrogas Angels for the gold. For match number 93, it features both teams that must win today. Our Choco Mucho Flying Titans and their challengers, our defending champions, our Creamline Cool Smashers. Presenting our international officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Adams Wong from Hong Kong. Second referee, Ms. Josie Del Rosario from the Philippines. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 18, Cherry Ann Rondina. At number 1, Maria Lina Isabel Molde. Number 9, Marion Angelique Alba. At number 15, Honey Royce Tubino. Number 17, Lorraine Pecania. Number 22, Cherry Rose Nunag. Starting libero is number 16, Tony Rose Ponce. Head coach, Mr. Dante Alinsunurin Jr. Calling on our Creamline Cool Smashers. Team captain with jersey number 2, Eliza Valdez. At number 1, Kyle Angela Negrito. Wearing jersey number 6, Janet Panaga. At number 14, Isabel Beatriz De Leon. Number 18, Diana May Carlos. And number 19, Bernadette Pons. Starting libero is number 11, Kyla Liana Atienza. Head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 93.
The starters on your screens for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, we have Nunag, Pecania, Tobino, Alba, Rondina, Molde, and of course, Tang Ponce, our featured player a while ago at the top of this coverage. Now on the side for the Creamline Cool Smashers, their starters, Panaga, De Leon, Carlos, Negrito, Pons, Valdez, and Kyla Atienza. It is the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, the last game of our semifinals. Billy Capistrano with Neil Flores, Jana Ejido giving us all the latest from the sidelines. And the cheers, the screams here in the Smart Araneta Coliseum getting louder and louder as we kickstart this match. A very important game for these two teams, a must-win for them, Neil.
That is correct. Again, only one ticket will be given to either Choco Mucho or Creamline. For Creamline, they just have to win this game to be able to enter the
That's
finals.
right.
And as for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, they need to win this to be able to force a rubber match.
It is going to be very tough for these two teams. Starting off with a rally here. General digs out. Here comes Rondina over the blockers. And that is going to be the first point here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. They got first blood.
Great defensive sequence from both ends of the court, but ultimately it was Choco Mucho who got that one. Care of CC Rondina. We know that Choco Mucho is an undermanned team, so they will have limited options in terms of substitutions, kaya hindi pwedeng mawala sa laro yung nasa first six nila right now. And as for Creamline, they have multiple options for substitutions. You can still see Gemma Galanda there, Michelle Gumabao, ang daming pwedeng gamitin ni Coach Sherwin Meneses.
One of the deepest benches that we have here in the PVL, the Creamline Cool Smashers. And you are absolutely right here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans for CC Rondina. She needs some backup. She can't be doing everything alone. And that is going to be the challenge here for the Flying Titans. They go to Pons in the back row, does not go over. Puntos para sa Choco Mucho.
There's a different kind of motivation for Choco Mucho, I guess. Those two losses in the semifinals were really painful because
Very
they were
painful.
almost there.
Almost set.
Kayang-kayang ipanalo. But kinapitan ng mga nakalaban nila. So they're here in this situation.
And as per Jana, when she talked to Tang, it's all about the end game also here for the Flying Titans. Here comes Walde challenging the blockers. Valdez goes to Carlos. And she is denied as we turn it over to Jana Ejido. Go ahead, Jana.
The Flying Titans have been coursing through the semifinals run with limited options. But Coach Dante Alinsinoden comes in saying, kahit kulang kami, nilalaban pa rin namin to. Now, Billy and Neil, we have been talking about implications all broadcast long. But Coach went on to add how even with the losses, there's still so much to fight for, especially because the chance is still there. In his words, hahawakan at hahawakan pa rin namin yung chance na yun hanggang dulo. Now, Billy and Neil, what do you think of Choco Mucho's chances in this match today?
I will relay that question to my partner here, the expert here in the panel. Go ahead, Neil.
It's going to be a tall order. I mean, that's really a fact. When you take a look at the all-time record of Creamline and Choco Mucho, we flashed that on screen a while ago. It's 16 to 1, but that doesn't mean na imposibleng manalo ang Choco Mucho today. You talked about the support. As long as the other players get their numbers to back up CC Rondina's production, they will be in good position.
And it's all about mental fortitude now for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. With their backs against the wall, here comes Tots Carlos breaking down the wall of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Gets point number 1. We got to take a look at this again here. Fearless on the attack. That is Tots Carlos. And she will be on deck to serve. Her team down by 1 early on here in the first. They go to Rondina. Tries to roll it over. Nandoon si BDM.
That is the best blocker after the preliminaries. Number 1 in that skill set category, Bea De Leon.
And this block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Also playing against her former team in Choco Mucho, BDL is. Here comes Molde. Slicing through that block.
Choco Mucho off to a good start, just keeping it close with their sister team.
That's a good set coming from Mars Alba as well. As the Flying Titans overtake the Cool Smashers. They're up by 1. We have the veteran Tobino on deck to serve. That's a good serve for the veteran. Service ace. First point for Royce.
Ball on the cool.
That is going to be the game plan of Choco Mucho. They know that they have that advantage pagdating sa out-of-system plays. In net defense, they can get good rebounds. They can get a couple of kill blocks.
+1 for Creamline.
Pero kailangan nila iwasan yung mga free points na kagaya nun because that was the culprit ng mga games na napakawalan nila.
Team captain.
And I know ang dami nilang natutunan dun sa first two games of the semifinals. So they're hoping to change their narrative today.
And we will see how the storyline continues here for the Flying Titans versus the Cool Smashers. Molde gets another one for her own self. That's smart move from Molde, sensing the defense of Creamline lacking in that spot.
Isa Molde. Serving for Choco Mucho.
Great placement from Molde. She will serve. Almost. Commend the hustle of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. But what about Kyle Negrito with the smarts?
You know that she is one of the aggressive setters in the PVL. When it comes to tight passes, that will be an option for Kyle Negrito. So the defense of Choco Mucho has to be ready. Ang bilis ng mga dump balls ni Kyle Negrito.
Averaging 4.1 points per game here in our All-Filipino Conference. That one sails out, though, for Bea de Leon. As the Choco Mucho Flying Titans hold on to a 2-point lead.
First technical timeout. 8 Choco Mucho. 6 Creamline.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
End of the first technical timeout. Lorraine Pecaña serving for Choco Mucho.
Arena Plus, a stakes of sports, and we are welcome back with a point from the Creamline Cool Smashers, care of Pangs Panaga.
Pangs Panaga is coming off a 13-point performance against the Akari Chargers. Actually, 3 players were in double digits in that straight set win for Creamline. Panaga with 13, Tots Carlos with 13, and Bernadette Points with 17.
By Carlos.
And it ties back to what we were saying a while ago about Kyle Negrito, really giving opportunities and multiple chances for her teammates to really shine here. Activating everyone on the court. We're tied 8-all. Alba finds Rondina. What a good dig from Kyla Atienza. They roll this one over. Choco Mucho has it. They go to Rondina again. Carlos from the right, straight to the hands of Alba. They bump this one to Mars, denied. Rondina, what a short one. Just making things work. Such a crafty player.
Beach volleyball moves are out for CC Rondina. Great court sense there. Look at that sharp cross-court hit.
And completely avoiding the blockers right in front of her.
It takes so much control to target that specific zone.
And that's CC for you. Slide attack. Money for Pounds.
Choco Mucho got the timing wrong in that defensive block.
One of the veteran blockers that we have here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Also plays a key role here for this team, Pangs Panaga. Let's get back to this game. Alba finds Royce Tobino. Bigoro Valdez is blocked. Creamline has it. She'll try the second time. Good up by Ponce. Rondina, nothing yet. Eliza again for the third time. Goal for Valdez.
Squeezing that ball through the double block of Choco Mucho. You can't give a loose block to Eliza Valdez. Because once she sees that gap, alam mo na she will really put power in that spike.
That's years of experience as well for Eliza Valdez. Her team, I was gonna say up by 1. That's a service error for Pons. We're tied again at 10.
Team captain, CC.
5 deadlocks so far here in the first set. Again, we're only at 10 points each. They go to Tots Carlos. There's a check.
That was the intention of Tots Carlos to target the hands of Isamolde. And looking at the stats of Choco Mucho's game against Petrogas, Ciso Rondina had 75 attempts on attacks. Sumunod sa kanya would be their middle blocker in Cherry Nunag. So Maris Alba really needs to distribute that ball well.
And she needs to shake things up a little bit here for Choco Mucho. Right on cue, we have Isa Molde. Myra point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion.
Specialty of the house for Isa Molde, targeting zone 1.
She's gonna need to step up today versus Creamline. Here comes Tots Carlos with a quick one.
Finds the corner. Well,
We're seeing a lot of quick side outs from both ends of the court. Reverse set working for Kyle Negrito, giving Tots Carlos a single block.
Doon mo makikita yung sense of urgency that we are now seeing in these two teams. Both really want to win, need to win actually. Negrito tosses it to Valdez. Great defense from Choco Mucho.
Molde hits.
No hesitation from Isa Molde. Great reaction, great response from her.
You gotta love the aggressiveness of Isa Molde. That was already an out-of-system play. Nabitin pa yung set from CC Rondina. Somehow she was able to find that zone open.
And she's leading all the scorers here for Choco Mucho with 4 points. Chance for the Flying Titans. Seguro Molde again, soft touch. Back-to-back points for Isa.
Ganda ng mix and match ng hits ni Isa Molde. She's forcing the defenders of Creamline to move from those drop balls to those zone shots.
Scored 12 points versus Petrogas in their previous game.
She now has 5 points for Choco Mucho.
Great defense from General. Chance for the white shirts. BDL up top, down low.
Sharp push.
BDL finding that space behind the blockers of Choco Mucho. Here's the thing, when you give Creamline an overhead free ball, ang daming options si Kyle Negrito for a combination play. Sometimes kahit simple play lang, nagiging effective. Kasi tama yung timing.
And they're really gonna capitalize on it. Just like that attack. Powering through the blockers of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Bernadette Pons just knew what to do with that set from Kyle Negrito. Again, a loose block from Choco Mucho.
Too late to close out on the block for the Flying Titans. Molde will try. Straight to the hands of Eliza. What a save from Tang Ponce.
Hit the tape.
Kinapos lang for
15.
Royce Tobino.
30.
Tobino didn't get the right approach. I think she was also surprised na sa kanya sinet yung bola.
Creamline now with a 2-point lead.
Choco Mucho has to focus on their service reception because we're seeing a lot of out-of-system
Ball is
plays
out.
from their end of the court.
3 points.
Giving chances here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. A little bit of a breather for Choco Mucho. Service error. They're down by 1. So a fiery start, Neil, for both our teams today. 5 attack points now for Isa Molde. Negrito finds Pons. Commend the hustle of the Flying Titans. But there's going to be a challenge called by, I believe, Creamline.
There's a challenge.
There's going to be a floor
by
touch.
Creamline for a floor touch. Challenge, floor
As
touch.
we await our very first challenge of the day. For those who just tuned in, we have the Petrogas Angels. They won straight sets versus the Akari Chargers, which means they will be barging into the finals, awaiting their opponent, either Creamline or Choco Mucho. If Creamline wins this, automatically they will go to the finals. As we take a look at this challenge, that is going to be successful for Coach Sherwin and the rest of the Cool Smashers. And with that, Creamline up by 2. We'll be right back.
Second technical timeout. 16, Creamline. 14, Choco Mucho.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Serving for the Cool Smashers, number 14, Bea De Leon.
SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan. As we get back to this match, it's a 2-point lead here for the Cool Smashers, but not for long. Says CC Rondina, cuts the lead down just to 1.
14 to 16.
You know that the block will always be there against CC Rondina. So it's really up to her kung paano niya pwedeng lampasan yung first line of defense ng Cool Smashers.
And she's been so aggressive in this match as well. As we take a look at this block for the Flying Titans over the blockers. Great defense from Choco Mucho. Pons gets it to go.
Pons finds the spot. 17-15.
That's the favorite combination play of the Cool Smashers. That will be the spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Pons now with 3 points. Right behind Tots Carlos with 4 for the Cool Smashers. That's outside.
+1.
Another service error here for Creamline. Care of Kyle Negrito.
As Alba serving.
Pons again. Oh, they're gonna call this outside. But Pons asking for a check. They're gonna call a challenge. Second one for the Cool Smashers. They're asking for a block touch. Oh, on his queens.
Green card is awarded to Sherry Nunag for admitting to that check ball.
Some
Official score.
between our sister teams.
Official score will be 18 for Creamline, 16 for the Flying Titans.
2-point advantage now for Creamline. Quick one, single block. Ball still alive, Kyle. Not the best of sets for Tots Carlos, a broken play. Still gets it.
That was practically chance ball for Choco Mucho, but everybody just watched that ball drop.
Timeout. Flying Titans.
As we have a timeout, we'll be right back.
Buena práctica yan, simple tayo. Pasa lang, maayos ang pasa natin. I-continue lang natin, ha? Pagkatapos, every time nagbibigay si Mars, kumpiyansa lang sa papaluin, ha? Okay? O, sige, go.
Hey, Choco Mucho! It is a three-point push for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Bernadette Bonds leading the charge here for Creamline alongside Tots Carlos and of course CC Rondina as expected here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Number 19, Bernadette
Wants to serve. That's a good serve. Gonna recall that outside. But the Flying Titans now, they're asking for a check. Are they gonna call a challenge? Yes, they will.
Choco Mucho for a block.
CC Rondina challenged the line, but looks confident. Wala daw block touch.
Because right now, it is a 4-point advantage for the Cool Smashers. Four is going to be the biggest lead for Creamline or for any team here in our first set. So the Cool Smashers trying to pull away Neil here in the first. Although again, very hot start for these two teams.
We're seeing a couple of lapses dun sa defense ng Choco Mucho. There are a couple of balls na binibitawan nila pagdating sa backcourt. And sometimes I noticed also, even in their past games, may mga blocks na pinapakawalan nila. That's why lumalaki yung space na kailangan i-cover ng defender sa likod. So they have to work double time and always try to go up for that defensive stop.
A lot of focus needed in this game today. That will go to Creamline. Error called on CC Rondina. So medyo lumalaki na yung lamang ng Cool Smashers sa first set.
Errors are piling up for the Flying Titans.
So far, so good for Creamline. And speaking of errors, another service error here for the Cool Smashers. This time from Bernadette Bonds. That's going to be your second one of the game. And a familiar face. Natakpan lang ni Kyla Atienza, but that's Erica Staunton in attendance. Reverse set to Royce Tobino. We love the reaction also coming from CC Rondina after that point, sensing that they need to get something going here.
Mars Alba has been trying to distribute the ball to her different attackers. Nakita naman natin pag nabibigyan sila Royce Tobino yung EA sa molde, nako-convert naman nila yung point. And again, another 3-point off that attack error from Eliza Valdez.
A timeout called by Creamline.
Timeout. Cool Smashers.
Depende sa iyo kung sino kasi parehong malalaki eh. Si Tots ba, si Alay sa banging ikot. Sabihan lang yung receiver kung saan ibibigay mo. Sabihan nyo, tanungin nyo lang yung setter kung ano ibibigay sa quick para makontrol natin yung receiver.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Okay!
All in! Green line!
Back here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, Creamline versus Choco Mucho. There we go, Erica Staunton watching and enjoying this game. And she is back, much to the delight of our Creamline fans.
She will be one of the reinforcements, or the lone reinforcement for Creamline sa darating na ABC Challenge Cup.
It's great to have her back, also supporting her team. Jasa to net, one by Choco Mucho. Here comes Tobino, tries again. Dug up by Negrito. They bump this one to Carlos, waiting for it with a hit out.
On the hit out.
Same strategy for Tots Carlos. She's been targeting the hands of Isa Molde.
The cheers get louder because Gemma Galanta has joined her teammates on the court. Onto the service line she goes. 22 serving 90. That's a good serve from Gemma. Siguro Isa Molde. Block! Nandoon si Ponce. Well, there's a whistle. And a challenge.
On the
Net
floor
fault.
by Choco Mucho for a net
Mid-play
fault.
called by the Choco Mucho Flying
Challenge, net
Titans.
fault.
So they're asking for a net fault here.
If this is unsuccessful, the point will immediately
That's
go
right.
to the Cool Smashers.
So it's a pretty risky, any mid-play challenge call is going to be pretty risky for the team calling it. But they will take that risk. So baka may nakita talaga sina Coach Dante and company. As you await the results of this challenge. Because right now, Creamline is at 22. Choco Mucho now at 19. It flashed a while ago on the screen that the Choco Mucho Flying Titans have only won against Creamline once. And Neil mentioned it also, 16-1. And the last time they won was April 2024. That was a semifinal as well of the AFC. Let's take a look at this. Was there a net touch?
Yes, but it was Royce Tubino who touched the tape of the net.
So either way, it's going to go to the Cool Smashers. And I think there was a little bit of a confusion on the side of the Flying Titans. But to let it go, play continues. Not the best decision for this team.
That challenge backfired on Choco Mucho. The Creamline is just 2 points away from drawing first blood.
Alba, they need a good swing. They go to Cici. Single block from PVL.
That has been the difference in this opening set. We're seeing better net defense from the Cool Smashers. That was a single block from PVL.
What composure as well here for Creamline. Makikita mo talaga yung experience ng team na ito versus Choco Mucho. Royce babies that one. They give this one to Molde. Tots Carlos over the blockers. And that's it for set number 1. There that point from Tots Carlos. We gotta take a look at that last point again. Completely avoiding the blockers of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Changing her approach mid-air. Creamline takes set number 1. We'll be right back.
With Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion, stand out with a brighter skin that just glows. Let's glow, girl. Show us that beautiful bright skin. Don't just be bright, be brighter, brighter with Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Creamline Cool Smashers takes set number 1 from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, 25-19 in 27 minutes of volleyball action. And Neil, it was neck to neck in the start, but when Creamline started to pull away, there was no looking back for this team.
Look at the attack points for the Cool Smashers. They were dominant in set number 1 with 14 attack points, but the biggest stat line there is yung 5 kill blocks nila against the Flying Titans. There were some sequences na naging solid yung coverage ng Choco Mucho, but there were other sequences na binibitawan nila yung easy balls or free balls na binibigay ng Cool Smashers. That's why they were in that situation. They were able to cut the lead to 2 or 3 in the tail end of set number 1, but it was just too late. And again, they just have to work on their efficiency when it comes to conversion kasi medyo mababa din, 21% for Choco Mucho compared to the 38% of the Cool Smashers.
It was really the composure as well of the Cool Smashers that bring victorious there in that set number 1 versus Choco Mucho. As we saw again, Erica Staunton on your screens a while ago. Cici Rondina, just like that first set, starts our second set with a point. 4 points now for her.
Second leading scorer for the Flying Titans has been Isa Molde, has been dealing damage to the defense of Creamline.
Over on the side of the Cool Smashers, though, it has been a total team effort for them. Commend Kyle Negrito for really activating everybody. And that's going to be the 4th point of Pangs Panaga. So if you're a Choco Mucho fan, you're hoping for more of a fight from this team here, especially in the end game. They bump this one to Valdez. Straight to Alba, Ponce, to Tobino. Nandoon si Pons. Here comes Tots Carlos. Cici waiting for it. Good cover. Still alive. Easy over. And someone is hurt here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. It's Tang Ponce, I believe. Not something we want to see early on here in this game. She's gonna walk it off. And the great news is she can walk. Hopefully everything's okay. She's being attended to right now. Let's take a look at what exactly happened here. Natapaka ni Cici accidentally, of course. So back to this game. We hope that Tang is okay. Maybe she'll be able to come back. Maybe not. But we'll get some more updates on how she's doing. But right now, let's get back to this match first. 2-1 on the scoreboard in favor of the Cool Smashers.
For now, Bia General will be their defensive anchor in the back row.
Here comes Rondina. Thoughts on Pax with a hit out as we send this one to Jana Ejido. Go ahead, Jana.
Billy and Neil, we finally got to see more of Gemma Galanza here in the semis for the Creamline Cool Smashers, to the delight of the fans here inside the Big Dome. And I was also told that on her recovery on that hand injury, Gemma says she's 100% and she's always ready. Nonetheless, Gemma remains a key part in the Creamline machine, which Coach Sherwin mentions how his veterans like Gemma have been key to taking the team as far in the competition in every conference, especially in this one as they are gunning for their 7th straight finals appearance. Maybe you can see more of Gemma soon as Creamline relishes their set win early on. Billy and Neil?
Thank you so much for that report on Gemma Galanza, Jana. And we do hope to see more of her. Maybe in the finals or maybe in the playoffs. We don't know yet. But let's take a look at this attack from Cici Rondina with a triple block right in front of her.
So much power in that hit to get through the 3-woman wall of the Cool Smashers.
Valdez answers back.
That's her version of a power hit. Getting through all the defenders of Choco Mucho. Look at that gap between Cherry Nunag and Royce Tubino.
Another loose block here for the Flying Titans, and you were mentioning that also in the first set. Medyo marami-rami in that first. Here comes Molde. Dug up. Negrito finds Valdez. Good up by Cici. Reverse set to Royce. Chance, white shirts. Thoughts from the right. Tobino unpacks, nothing yet. Babalik kay Carlos. With a sharp angle, but it sails outside.
Coach Sherry Meneses agrees that was outside for Tots Carlos, but she's been active for Creamline. Already 8 points for Tots.
Which is a good sign for the Cool Smashers fans. Not the best of news if you're rooting for Choco Mucho. Nunag to serve. And from the get-go, not the best of releases there for Nunag. Service error, 3 point given to Creamline. And you can't be doing that also to a team like the Cool Smashers. They know how to capitalize on that momentum, Neil.
Pwede sana if mas madami silang nakuha ang attack points compared to the Cool Smashers. But again, set
That's not
number
the
1,
case.
Creamline got more attacks and they even got more kill blocks.
That's right. Couple of things that Choco Mucho really needs to work on if they want that fighting chance for playoffs, for the finals. Royce Tobino here. Quick one. Block. That's going to be a point for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Just down by a single point. Basta organized yung net defense ng Choco Mucho, mas tumataas yung efficiency nila when it comes to conversion in transition.
That's what you want to see from them also here in the second. But again, with a service error, it cannot keep fighting up like this.
Again, they can't afford to give away too many points to the Cool Smashers.
Valdez to serve. Alba to Picaña. Nothing yet. Cici got it. They go to Isa. Slicing through that block.
6 points for Isa Molde. That is the first point for her in set number 2.
Top scorer now here for Choco Mucho. She will serve. And Bernadette Pons pushes it through. Creamline with a 2-point lead.
First technical timeout. Creamline 6. Choco Mucho.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Of the sister teams, the last game of our semifinals. We have BDL and the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Creamline now holding on to a 2-point lead, but that's going to be a service error to welcome us back from Bea de Leon. Lead down to 1.
Looks like Tang Ponce is okay. She's back on the floor.
Which is good news also to our volleyball fans. Negrito Tosses this one to Pons. Alba finds CC going cross, dug up by Denden. Pons again. Second one is good.
Down the line, Pons.
Another clean angle from Bernadette Pons. This time targeting zone 1. The blockers of Choco Mucho need to communicate dun sa defender sa likod kung ano ba yung zone na iiwan nila. In that last sequence, medyo nakatago si Royce Tobino dun sa double block ng Choco Mucho. So she also has to adjust accordingly.
A couple of things that they need to work on here in their second set. Creamline's up by 1. Negrito finds Tots.
Carlos.
Point number 9 for Tots Carlos. Take a look at this. Spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. Wants to serve. Tobino hesitated for a little bit. Negrito, quick one! Kupang Sabanaga and everybody on fire here for the Cool Smashers, Neil.
That was another free ball from the Flying Titans, making it so easy for Kyle Negrito to go to that big quick play.
What a luxury here for Kyle Negrito. So many talented players on the floor for her team. Pons now with 8 points. They send this one to Tobino over the blockers. Popped up. Carlos waiting for it. Ponce with a toss to CC. But this one to Eliza, breaking down the wall. And the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Well, serving game.
That's the thing when you have convincing middles. Ang daling makakuha ng commitment from the middle blocker of Choco Mucho. You can see the delay. And then that block.
And with that timeout, Choco Mucho.
Kahit magpunta sa Panagat, tapatan mo sa kasi tulad yan, nandito ka na lang, tapos nandito na siya, napapaluan ka. Ngayon, tapos nung dito na yung bola, hindi ka na sumagat. Dapat importante sumagat ka pa rin sa side mo, ha? Kaya na makasap natin. Okay? Guys, yun lang naman ang problema natin, yung target natin, masyadong mahina lang yung target natin serve, eh. Ha?
Sige, apat!
Okay? So ngayon lang natin muna sa pasa muna, pasa lang muna, ha?
Tsaga. Choco Mucho!
And as per Coach Dante, it all starts with a good pass. Kailangan ng... And as per Coach Dante, it all starts with a good pass. Kailangan ng tiyagain talaga. And you see a familiar face on your screens.
It's your girl.
Mimiya. 4-point lead now for Creamline. Not for long though.
With the block.
Royce Sabino wants to get something going here.
4 points already for Royce Tobino. We're looking for the numbers dun sa middle blockers ng Choco Mucho. And sa ngayon, isa pa lang yung pinupuntos ni Cherry Lunag.
What an attack from Pangs Panaga. And you know, what's so wonderful about the Creamline team, Neil? Any game, someone will surely step up. Myra point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion.
That was another clean attack from the Cool Smashers. Again, single block coverage from Choco Mucho.
Tobino answers back.
Tobino on the hit out.
Getting a quick side out for the Flying Titans.
That's what you want to see here from the Flying Titans. Kailangan lang talaga tiyagain, especially, you know, when you're going up against the Cool Smashers. 3-point lead, Creamline. They go to Eliza.
Oh, wow.
Classic. Eliza Valdez.
14-10.
They're just tearing the Choco Mucho defense apart. From those quick attacks to the slides, now to the combination plays in the middle. Ang dami nang na-roll out ni Kyle Negrito, and that has also been the difference here in set number 2 sa Choco Mucho. It's really the wings who has been getting the most attempts.
There's a lot of confidence here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Take a look at this service ace too from Tots Carlos.
No touch ace from Tots.
Tobino. That's gonna be another one. It drops in
Ball is in.
for the Creamline Cool Smashers. It is a 6-point lead for Creamline.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Pilipinas Live, because legends start here. On your screens a while ago, we have Miss China Cowanco enjoying this match between Choco Mucho and Creamline. Let's get back to this game, though. Good up. They find Isa Molde, rolls it over. Regalo jousts at the net, won by Choco Mucho. Tobino, nothing yet. Valdez makes do, she's blocked. She'll try the second time. With a hit out, that is Anaisa Valdez.
Floor defense has been on point for the Creamline Cool Smashers, and that has been their system. They just try to keep the ball alive as long as they get multiple chances on offense.
And just staying so consistent as well in this match. Tobino, another answer back from the veteran. The cheers get even louder again. The smart at another Coliseum. We see Dina Wong heading straight to the service line. And of course, Des Cheng. Always great to see her back in action too. 6-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
Des Cheng will be playing opposite in this rotation.
At sabi nga ni Tots Carlos, wala. Kaya puntos para sa Creamline.
Ang bilis makuha ng Cool Smashers ng breakpoint. Every time Choco Mucho gets their own point, they just come back stronger.
And really, it's a much quicker set as well here, the second one, compared to the first. Everything going right here for the Cool Smashers. What can you say about the way they're playing, how they're performing here in the second field?
They're having difficulties in getting that first pass.
Substitution.
And pag nasa receiving end ka ng rally, ideally, ikaw dapat yung nasa advantage. But Creamline has been delivering a lot of heavy serves. Kaya nahihirapan din yung Flying Titans. This lead has now ballooned to 8.
That's right, another one from Anaisa Valdez. Combination play though works here for the Flying Titans. And we need to see more of those plays for them. Something that works for this squad.
Choco Mucho just has to put their focus on service reception, blocking, and floor defense. Kahit di na nila isipin yung attacking kasi the flow will come naturally.
But
As
how
I say
do you,
that,
what answer do you have, you know, with attacks like that one coming from BDL? And you know, I said this a while ago, but everybody here for Creamline just embracing their role.
it's another delayed block from the purple shirts.
Biggest lead of the game at 8 points. BDL to serve. What will Choco Mucho do? Here comes Des Cheng. Sails outside. She looks at the bench. They're gonna call a challenge.
And there's a
Going to be
challenge.
ball in, ball out challenge.
Trying to go down the line. That was Des Cheng.
Challenge.
Well, from where we are, our vantage point, hindi natin medyo nakita. So, we will get some help from the replay. Again, for those who just tuned in, Akari lost to Petrogas straight sets in that first game. Let's take a look at this. It was inside. It's inside, much to the delight of Des Cheng. Good call there from Coach Dante and the rest of the coaching staff of Choco Mucho.
Des Cheng will get on the board
To 20.
her first attack point of the match.
Negrito. The toss to Cici. She is blocked.
Rondina, well
What great
guarded
net coverage
by
here
Banaga.
for the Cool Smashers.
13.
In out-of-system plays, alam na ng Creamline na pupunta yung setters ng Choco Mucho kay CC Rondina. And that will bring us to the block of the set. Brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Ball is up.
Breathing room here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. A service error care of Kyle Negrito. That's going to be her third of the game.
For the Flying Titans.
Des Cheng will serve. 14 serving 21. Negrito, combination play here for Creamline, no go. Nunag, nothing. Over the blockers, it's still alive. Creamline has it. Ponce again, a little too late. For Tang Ponce, it continues for Creamline, the dominance here in the second.
Look at this replay. Dinawang deciding to let go of that block.
That's what you're gonna get if that's the decision you make, especially against Bernadette Ponce, 22 serving 14. Wong finds Cheng from the back. It's an error
Net touch.
called on Creamline. So just having a word with our international referee, Mr. Adam Swong.
Substitution. Choco Mucho.
They still give the point here
15.
to Choco Mucho.
In.
After a couple of conversations, we have substitutions. Babalik si Mars Alba. CC Rondina, 5 attack
Team
points.
captain, CC Rondina. Serve.
An uncharacteristic 5 points only here for Rondina.
That's also the goal of Creamline, to limit the production of CC Rondina. Yes, hindi mo siya totally mapipigilan, pero pwede mong mabawasan yung pupuntusin niya in this game.
That's a good strategy for them. It seems to be working too.
Substitution. Creamline. 6 out.
We have Valdez flying high. Currently with 8 points under her belt. We have Rose Vargas checking in for the first time here for the Cool Smashers. 23 serving 15. Mars Alba will choose Nunag. Still nothing. Tots. Creamline has it. She'll try the second time.
Carlos.
Money for Tots Carlos.
12 points for Tots Carlos.
And it looks like, Neil, this second set is going to go to the Cool Smashers. A pretty quick second set for them. Pure dominance being showcased by the girls in white. Choco Mucho needs to answer back. They go to Tobino. Clearly outside, not the best way to finish this set. Will they call a challenge for this?
Creamline takes the set. 25.
I think they will. They'll let it go, and with that, the Creamline Cool Smashers, they take set number 2 from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, 25 to 15. We'll be right back.
With Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion, stand out with a brighter skin that just glows. Keep glowing, girl. Show us that bright skin. Don't just
player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
What's up, smarter and
And the Creamline Cool Smashers emerged victorious in that second set versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, 25-15 in 24 minutes of play. So it was a totally different set that we witnessed in the second set compared to the first, because this time around it was pure dominance being shown by the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, and clearly they have their eyes set on another finals appearance. As Jana mentioned, their 7th straight finals appearance here in the PVL. And a couple of conversations need to be held here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans as they regroup to start off our third. Take a look at our set number 2 statistics, Neil. What numbers stand out to you the most?
Everything just clicked for the Cool Smashers in set number 2, from the attacking department to the net defense, to their serving. As in, lahat talaga gumana for the Cool Smashers. They were also able to increase their efficiency in attacking. And they're just really focused right now. They want to set up that date with the Petrogas in the championship round, and they're just one set away from booking another ticket to the finals.
But you know, if you're a fan here of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, you are hoping and you are praying that they get to bounce back here in the third set. But it's going to be a tall order, very challenging, especially because you're up against the likes of Eliza Valdez. You have Tots Carlos, you have Kyle Negrito as well, Bernadette Pons, Bounce Panaga, and the rest of the Cool Smashers just intent on making that finals appearance again. Billy Capistrano with Neil Flores. We have Jana Ejido giving us all the latest info from the sidelines on these two squads. Thank you for joining us on Filipinas Live, One Sports and One Sports Plus. Interesting match we have between the two sister teams here as we cap off our semifinal series. Erica Staunton also in attendance at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Happy to be back, all smiles, especially because her team is up 2-0. That's a familiar face as well. We have Ivy Laxina, who played their game against the Petrogas Angels. Unfortunately, they will not be making it to the finals. Petrogas won that match in 3 sets, supporting, of course, none other than Dina Wong. Let's get the ball rolling here. Set number 3.
It's now or never for Choco Mucho. Dina Wong will be getting the starting nod here in set number 3. Mars Alba will be coming off the bench.
the match. First to serve for the third set,
Dina Wong will serve for Choco Mucho. First point goes to Pangs Banaga and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Point number 8 for Pangs.
Even passing has been really good for the Cool Smashers. Alam natin na si Eliza Valdez yung tina-target, but she has been passing really well in this game.
Banaga to serve. And a couple of miscues here for Choco Mucho. That's a service ace for Pangs. Pretty good start here for Creamline. Obviously trying to sustain that momentum, that energy from the first and second sets.
We've mentioned this multiple times already. Choco Mucho has to put all of their efforts into getting better service reception.
Fortunately though for the Flying Titans, that's going to be a service error for Pangs Banaga. 3-point given to them. That is Pangs' second service error. Negrito will find Carlos with a push. Still alive. Easy over. Chance for the white shirts. They go to BDL. Up top, down low with a quick one from Kyle.
Smooth connection there between BDL and Kyle Negrito. Kahit na si BDL yung kumukuha ng first pass, nagiging option pa rin siya for an attack.
12 points now for Tots Carlos. Sails outside. Puntos para sa Choco Mucho. Let's turn this one over to Jana Ejido.
CC Rondina has been leading this Choco Mucho Flying Titans squad on the offense all conference long. And on their 2 losses here in the semifinals, CC tells me, doon talaga ako kukuha ng lakas. Now, Billy Neal's strength has been CC's what she's holding on to. Nursing that knee some time ago to stepping up for the players here today. But she says, nahitabo na ang nahitabo or nangyari na yung nangyari. And it's up to her and the team to move on and continue the fight. So let's see if they could bounce back and make the most of what they have here in set 3, Billy Neal.
Thank you for that, Jana. We all know that CC is a born fighter here, but the question is, who's going to help her? Because right now, we have the Cool Smashers reigning supreme in this match. And actually, Rondina with 5 points, only 5 points on characteristic. As we take a look at this smart move.
That's a deadly drop ball from Bernadette Pons. That was from the back row.
Great court awareness there from Pons, reading the defense of Choco Mucho. It's a service error for Eliza Valdez. A couple of service errors piling up here for the Cool Smashers, giving chances to Choco Mucho to fight back. We're tied 4-all. 7 attack points for Isa Molde. She will serve. BDL again.
She has found new confidence. Sabi nga niya, 7 points already for BDL, and you can really feel the balance in the distribution of Kyle Negrito. Everybody is getting good touches on their offense. 8 points for Eliza Valdez, 8 for Panaga, 9 for Bernadette Pons, 12 for Tots Carlos.
Incredible setting by Kyle Negrito. This one, the Pons is no-go though. She'll try again to Pons, denied. Good cover from BDL. Carlos from the back. And that's gonna be a point for Aduke Ogonzanya.
Happy to see her back.
Super happy to see her back.
Fully recovered from that injury.
She's gone through a lot the past couple of years. But the great thing is she stayed resilient throughout everything. We're tied at 5. That's gonna be a service error. 3-point given to Creamline. The third one for Royce Tobino as well.
First 2 sets naging non-factor yung middles ng Choco Mucho. Let's see if Aduke Ogonzanya can fill that void with her offense.
Good up. Bump set to Pons. Challenging Aduke. That's gonna go to Choco Mucho.
It's another close start.
All tied up at 6 apiece. So very similar to what happened in that first set na medyo magkadikit lang talaga yung score at the start of the set. Overpass. Regalo for CC Rondina.
You have to commend Duque Gonzanya for delivering that heavy serve, forcing that overpass from Lazaro Revilla.
Gonzanya can be that X factor here. Spark plug off the bench for Coach Dante. Overpass again. Too much angle though for Nunag. Medyo nanggigil.
That was a wasted opportunity for Choco Mucho because maganda sana kung nagstay si Duque Gonzanya dun sa service line to challenge the receivers of Creamline.
7-all. That's outside clearly for Royce Sabino. Creamline up by 1.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
End of the first. Technical timeout. For Creamline, tournament.
Get your daily dose of sports updates on Starting Lineup. Mondays to Fridays, 6 to 2 p.m. live on Filipinas Live app and One News. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. We're tied 8-all. Pair of Dina Wong. 3 excellent sets in this match. Nandoon si Nunag. Wong, reverse set to Molde over the blockers. Little too late for Denden.
Smart move from Isa Molde, disguising that hit so well. Last second, going for that drop ball. Coach Dante has been trying different rotations. Kanina nasa opposite si Descheng, now it's Isa Molde. Balik outside hitter si CC Rondina.
Well, as he should, because they're down 2 sets here. Crucial set for Choco Mucho. So with the way Creamline, is playing, put a side out there from Pangs Panaga. We're tied 9-all. 8 points now for Pangs. Combination play. Dug up by Pons. They find Valdez from the left. It goes to the Cool Smashers. There's a check.
Liza Valdez almost in double digits. 1 point away. Wong chooses Rondina off the right pin.
That's what we've been waiting for from CC Rondina. Explosive attacks. Let's take a look at the spike of the set. Is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. Tots will adjust. Too much angle, too strong. Outside.
That's the key for Choco Mucho. deliver heavy serves. Pahirapan yung receivers ng Creamline para kahit papano mapagaan yung balik ng bola sa kanila.
Alyssa Valdez powering through.
No chance of saving that one though. Another bomb from Alyssa Valdez, this time from the middle.
Myra point of the set is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Carlos. Royce Tobino denied. But it will go to Choco Mucho. Off the block and out for Royce. Great intention using the hands of the blockers. Flying Titans are up by 1. 1 to play. It's goal here for Kyle Negrito. 2 points for Kyle.
Sneaky drop ball there. Looked like she was going for a set papunta kay BDL, but she chose violence.
Great deception from Kyle Negrito. Good decision making from her. Royce Tobino with a bomb. But she's dug up. Valdez from the back. Reverse set to Isa Molde. Kyle thinks quick, sends this one to Pons. Blocked. She'll try again. Second time, still nothing. But it's kept alive. Choco Mucho has it. They toss this one to Isa. We got a rally here. Pons again with a dunk.
Specialty of the house for Bernadette Pons. Going for that power tip. Luque Ogonzanya letting that one go.
With confidence from Bernadette Pons here. That's outside for Ogonzanya.
Choco Mucho can't afford to exchange points with Creamline. They really need to score consecutive points.
Molde. Pons again. Same thing goes for Bernadette Pons. 12 points for her.
It's like child's play for Bernadette Pons.
And she really does.
Playing around with the blockers of Choco Mucho.
And she really does make it look so easy, Neil.
Shank pass.
But let the reactions of the crowd speak for itself. 16-12, we'll be right back.
Bitin na kaya sa games? Watch all the replays at PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Substitution. Choco Mucho. 15 out, 4. Mendrez in.
SB Finance ang BFF na malalapitan. It's a 4-point lead now for the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Chance here for the white shirts. The toss to Carlos. Easy point for Carlos. And miscommunication on the part of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Ang laki ng butas dun sa gitna ng depensa ng Choco Mucho. Yun yung nagiging target ng Creamline kanina pa.
Pasa. Okay? Ibalik nyo yung pasa. Makapatay lang tayo. Yung break point natin, wala pa tayo napapakita. Ang dami natin na didepensahan, pero namamatay lang lagi sa drop ball. Every time ng bola, nag-off sila. Na-delay. Forward lang tayo, di ba? Pagka high tayo, high forward para sa basa. Ha? Go, 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 go!
Hey, Choco Mucho! And then break!
It has ballooned to a 5-point push for the Creamline Cool Smashers here in our third set, looking as dominant as ever versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Continues here for the Cool Smashers, and we also see Mendrez here for the Flying Titans. You know, we have Coach Dante trying to come up with possible solutions to stop the bleeding here in the third.
In that timeout, Coach Dante was asking for a break point from the Flying Titans. Nakakadepensa naman sila. It's just that hindi nila nako-convert in transition. Tapos yung drop balls yung pumapatay sa kanila. But Isa Molde finally gets that break point.
Got 9 points so far in this match, leading all scorers for Choco Mucho.
Double sub again for Coach Dante. Des Cheng and Mars Alba will check in for Isa Molde and Dina Wong.
She will head straight to the service line. Talking about Alba. BDL, not the best of sets. Mendrez denied. Good cover from Cici. Alba from the back row, dug up by Alyssa. Miscue there for Creamline, but it's still playable. But they're gonna call a challenge for that one.
You'll be checking that pancake save of Mars Alba.
Right now, Creamline holding on to a 5-point lead here in our very crucial third set. If they win this match, they will be barging into the finals versus the Petrogas Angels.
Good challenge from Coach Sherwin. That will be successful with a floor touch.
Which makes it a 6-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Scoreboard reads 19-13. Creamline, as always, looking like a well-oiled machine here. They only lost one game here in the semifinals. That was against the Petrogas Angels. Mendrez will try. She's unsuccessful. Little too tight. Makes it work.
And Kyle Negrito taking charge of the offense of the Cool Smashers, going for her third point.
Take a look at that one. Negrito with eyes at the back of her head. The lead furthers in the third. Cheng dug up. Pons with a cross. That's outside.
3-point for the Flying Titans.
That sense of urgency here for Choco Mucho needs to kick in. They need a good swing. It starts with a good serve. Good cover. They go to Cici. Power. Still alive. Choco Mucho has it. They go to Aduque. Nandoon si Pons. Valdez from the back row. Too late for Mean Mendrez. Point number 11 for Valdez.
Creamline is almost there. Only need 4 more points. A beautiful hit there from Alyssa Valdez.
What a display of confidence and composure here for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Reverse set to Des Cheng. She is blocked and met at the net.
22-14.
The block points just keep on coming for the Cool Smashers.
7.
And this block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Take a look at the score, Neil. 22-14. We have MG joining her teammates for the first time today. Kyle will go to Pang. Single block from Aduque. They bump this one to Gumaba from the right pin. Alba with a toss to CC. That's an error. Violation called, I believe, on Kyle.
I saw that too.
But she shrugged her shoulders.
That's the right call from our second referee. Creamline can challenge, and yes, they will be challenging that call.
Because why not? They're at 22-15. They want to be able to dominate this match. Well, Neil said he saw it, but we'll see the final call after this replay. The Cool Smashers now aiming for their 7th straight finals appearance. So far, Choco Mucho has only beat them once. That was last year, April 2024. And the cheers of the Cool Smashers fans getting louder. At tama nga naman talaga si Neil.
Told you, I saw it.
Neil's eyes don't lie. So unsuccessful challenge here for Coach Sherwin.
They'll have a 7-point cushion.
Pretty comfortable lead, I would say, here for the Cool Smashers. Overpass, regalo.
Buhay pa yung bola.
Galing ng depensa ng Creamline. CC doing everything she can, but not enough against the Creamline Cool Smashers and against Pangs Panaga.
That's the main game plan of Creamline throughout this match. Talagang they clamped down on CC Rondina. She only has 7 points right now. Not the usual numbers
Not
of
at all.
CC.
Not at all. Not what we're used to. Coming from CC. Gumabao joins the scoring party here for the Cool Smashers. And with that, Neil, Creamline is at match point. They are 1 point away from barging into the finals. It's a date with the Petrogas Angels. For Choco Mucho, you just want to make things tough here for Creamline. They go to CC. That sails outside. They're not gonna call a challenge, which means that the Creamline Cool Smashers are gonna make their 7th straight finals appearance versus the Petrogas Angels. 14-3 run to end the match.
That is the 7th consecutive finals appearance for the Cool Smashers. Mark your calendars. It will be Petrogas versus Creamline.
What a match for the Cool Smashers. This Panado play of the game is brought to you by Yakult. Yakult every day, okay. We're going to talk more about this match when we come back. Don't go away.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
with that, the Creamline Cool Smashers take this game from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, 25-19, 25-15, 25-15. And our player of the game is now with Jana Ejiro. Go ahead, Jana.
Thanks so much, Billy. I am here with our player of the game, Kyle Negrito, with 17 excellent sets and 3 points. But first, Kyle and the Creamline Cool Smashers, welcome back to the finals! What a semis run for you, Kyle and the team. You know, you started it with a loss, and then eto, back-to-back straight sets victory. And for you, what an excellent setting performance. What was your strategy?
Siguro yung mindset din nakatulong din talaga sa amin na, alam namin na do or die. So, do lang yung only option namin. And bawat point, may strategy, may game plan. I'm happy na naka-convert kami and na-execute namin yung game plan and nakuha namin yung mga panalo.
And of course, nakailang beses na kayo ng finals appearances with the team. Your 7th straight finals appearance. Tell me what makes this one in the longest All-Filipino conference special for you?
Hindi biro tong haba ng conference na to eh. And simula elims hanggang sa crossover quarterfinals, talagang sa hinaba ng season na ito, yung mga last games talaga yung pinaka naging importante. And masaya ako na nakuha namin at nakabalik kami sa finals.
Alright, I'm sure you have many people to greet. Go ahead.
Sa lahat po ng fans ng Creamline Cool Smashers, we're back in the finals! Diyan lang po kayo, magkita-kita po tayo sa finals, and wag po sana kayong magsawang sumuporta sa amin. And pinapati ko po yung mga family ng mga teammates ko, and happy birthday Mamay and Lola, and happy birthday Mamita. Sa lahat po ng fans ng Creamline, kita-kita po tayo sa finals. And yung family ko po, my mom, my dad, my 3 sisters, and Sir Jonathan, Miss Liz Ann, Sir Alan, Sir Rolly, Attorney Lily, and everyone na bumubuo po ng Revisco Management. Yes. Yes.
Yes, because it's going to be a date with the Petrogas Angels next week. Kyle Negrito, I thank you there. And the Creamline Cool Smashers will be seeing you next week while I'm going to be eating my snack siguro mamaya. Thank you. We will be back to wrap this baby up.
With that, the Creamline Cool Smashers emerged victorious in this match versus the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, 25-19, 25-15, and 25-15. Incredible performance from the Cool Smashers team to finish off our semifinals, and they have set a date here
with the Petrogas Angels. They will be meeting in the finals, a classic rivalry in the finals here.
They only had one game plan in this match, and that is to limit CC Rondina. They were able to follow that game plan by delivering heavy serves, by setting up organized blocking patterns. And nahirapan talaga yung Choco Mucho. We didn't get the numbers from the middle blockers of the Flying Titans. That's why it was easier for Creamline to read the sets of Tina Wong and Mars Alba. Just like that, Championship Series number 7 for Creamline ang aabangan ng lahat.
And you know what, Neil, they make it look so easy. Just composure and confidence all the way here for the Cool Smashers. Commend the Choco Mucho Flying Titans for the effort that they showed here in our All-Filipino Conference. Unfortunately for them, the journey ends here. They did not win any match in the semifinals, pero nakita naman natin, you know, in the qualifying round, also in the preliminaries, lumaban talaga yung Choco Mucho.
I do agree. And ngayon talaga na-feel natin na undermanned yung Choco Mucho. Kahit sa substitutions, lamang na lamang yung Creamline. And I guess this is just destiny for them, and they will try to win another title as we check out our match stats. 47 attack points for the Cool Smashers, supported by 10 kill blocks and 4 service aces. They even gave out more free points. Choco Mucho 19-14, but again, they controlled all the other aspects of this game.
It's still a good game between the sister teams, and you know, I'm going to say it again. We mentioned it at the top of the coverage. One thing we love about this matchup, they always bring out the best in one another, and that's what we saw in their previous matches and their match here today. Still a good game between the Choco Mucho Flying Titans and the Creamline Cool Smashers. But only one will prevail. It's a battle for bronze, though. That's game number 1, 4 p.m. April 8, Tuesday here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. We have the Akari Chargers taking on the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Right after that, finals game 1, a classic rivalry that was built here in the PVL. We have the Petrogas Angels versus the Creamline Cool Smashers. That is gonna be one for the books, and we cannot wait to see this titanic matchup between these two teams. Now, for Neil Flores, Jana Ejido, Direk Alneri, and all the men and women behind this production, I'm Billy Capistrano, and this has been the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference Semifinals. We'll see you on Tuesday.